It is now my pleasure to award another honorary doctorate of humane letters. It is my pleasure and my honor to ask Bishop T.D. Jakes to please step forward. Bishop Jakes, you have been an inspiration to us all. And today, Morris Brown College would like to honor you with an honorary doctorate of humane letters from this institution. It is now my honor to have our chairman of our Board of Trustees, Bishop Michael L. Mitchell, to formally introduce our commencement speaker for today.
Thank you, President James, and certainly on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Morris Brown College, I count it a joy and a privilege to be able to have this opportunity to present our commencement speaker, Bishop T.D. Jakes. It's no secret that Bishop Jakes is one of the world's most revered communicators, leveraging his pioneering vision and instinct to serve others that extend well beyond the walls of a church. Throughout his life, Bishop Jakes has served and inspired people on a global scale, and his impact on the world through humanitarian mission, building neighborhoods and institutions of higher learning, creating diverse entertainment, and being a trusted voice for millions for more than 4 decades. Bishop Jakes is a multi-dimensional, a real in the flesh Renaissance man. Bishop Jakes serves as the chairman and CEO of the T.D. Jakes Group. The T.D. Jakes Group is global, that works for nearly 5 decades at intersections of mission, ministry, and marketplace to solve society problems through strategic alliances, creating equity and providing solutions for underrepresented and undeserved communities. Bishop Jakes' foundation is building bridges by unlocking the power of global competition throughout the workforce training that prepares workers to compete in today's economy through STEM and STEAM education, financial literacy, and inclusion, and a laser focus to close the racial wealth gap and support minority women in corporate leadership. Around every corner, every initiative, Bishop T.D. Jakes connects people from different walks of life across the globe. As a bishop, Bishop Jakes founded the Potter's House, a non-denominational, multicultural global church with 30,000 plus members, with campuses around the world, whose online stream reached millions more. Bishop Jakes teaches to one of the most engaged audience in the world. Beloved, his trusted voice is heard in more than 100 million homes each day. By sharing practical applications of biblical truth accumulated during 45 years in ministry, he is a gateway for engaging and activating audience around the globe. A persuasive, thought-provoking, and intersectional communicator, Bishop Jakes has more than 40 best-selling books, including New York Times bestseller Soar, Instinct, Don't Drop the Mic, and his most recent New York Times bestseller, Disrupted Thinking. Can I tell you that he is well married, more than 40 years. This power couple has successfully raised 5 children. My sisters and my brothers, the bio of Bishop T.D. Jakes is very extensive. And so without any further ado, please join me in welcoming our 2025 commencement speaker, Bishop T.D. Jakes, as he comes in his own way. Amen. Will you stand and receive it?
Thank you very much. Can you give Jesus a big round of applause? Give our graduates a big round of applause. Big mamas and grandmamas and uncles and aunties that sacrificed. Let's give all the support they had from people they didn't even think they were going to get support from. Let's give them all. You can do better than that. Let's give them all. Let's give them all a big round of appreciation. I cannot tell you how honored I am today to stand here, not only to receive an honorary doctorate degree from a prestigious school such as this, who has endured and survived for decades and centuries in impacting lives and touching people in a significant way. But I'm honored also to understand what a critical time it is that we're celebrating a traditional graduation in an untraditional time. Make no mistake about it that as you go forward from Morris Brown, you go forward to face a world that is different than any age or era or period that we have ever seen in the history of this country. It has not been since Henry Ford discovered the automobile, or the Wright brothers, the airplane, that we have seen the impact of what artificial intelligence is going to do to our world. This will not be your grandmother's world. You will not work your grandmother's job, and you will not have your grandmother's dream. It is totally impossible to prepare you for what's next, because none of us are sure what's next. The only thing that we are sure of is who will go with us into whatever we have to face next. And if God be for us, I say, if God be for us, Morris Brown in his testimony, if God be for us, who can be against us? There are some who betted against this school, but they lost. There are some who said you wouldn't make it, but you did. There are some that said you wouldn't get through, but you came through anyway. You come from good stock. You are tough people. Your school has left an indelible impression upon you that you will need in the days ahead in order to magnify yourself and be who you want to be. I want to read just a verse, if I can, out of 1 Samuel 17, chapter 34 through 36, but it would be remiss of me not to honor the host pastor of this church, as well as our chancellor and our president of the college. Would you give them a round of applause and appreciate them? The provost, and all of the leadership, as well as the faculty that make up this great gathering of people. To expedite time, I will read just a short 2 verses out of 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 34 through 36. David said to Saul, "Your servant was tending his father's sheep when a lion or a bear came and took a sheep from the flock. I went out after it and attacked it and rescued the sheep from its mouth. And when it rose up against me, I grabbed it by its mane and struck it and killed it. Isn't it interesting to note that he killed the lion and the bear and didn't hurt the sheep? What kind of marksman do you have to be able to fight like that and kill what you're trying to kill and keep what you're trying to keep? Your servant has killed both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine will be like one of them, since he has defied the armies of the living God. Somebody ought to say amen to that. To the class of 2025, my words are simple. Don't stop fighting. No matter what level of degree you have matriculated to, no matter what your accomplishments may be, no matter whether you own a business, build a business, or work for a business, don't stop fighting. No matter whether the sun shines or whether it rains on your head, don't stop fighting. No matter whether you get backed up in payments or whether you get over your head or you have to file bankruptcy and start over, remember what I told you. Don't stop fighting. No matter whether people like you or don't like you, don't stop fighting. No matter whether they support you or don't support you, don't stop fighting. No matter whether it comes from within or without, don't stop fighting. Even if it comes out of your own house, don't stop fighting. If it comes out of your own head, don't stop fighting. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? I've had the privilege of traveling around the world and have gathered a few things of consideration. I never will forget sticking my fingers into Winnie Mandela's house where the gunshots had shot above her bed and how she slept in a bed while they were shooting at her. I stuck my fingers in the holes where the bullets had gone through and began to learn the first inklings about life. I went out into the woods to meet President Mandela's grandson and to see where he was born, and had an encounter with him. They call him Madiba, and had an encounter with him that altered my life. You see, if you want to be a leader, you have to get around people who lead. Y'all didn't hear what I was saying. If you want to be a leader, you have to get around people who lead, not people who have titles. See, we have given up leadership for titles and we think they are the same thing. But just because they call you something, that doesn't make you what they call you. Find you some leaders who are trailblazers, who fought the good fight of faith, who went through hell and high water, who made up in their mind, no matter what, I'm going to get it done. I've had the privilege of meeting some of them. I've had the privilege of going to Elmina castles in Ghana and see where the slaves went through the point of no return. I've had the privilege of interviewing the president of Ghana and Uganda and Kenya and traveled around the world, and I have drawn a few conclusions. They were all different. They all had different ideas. Presidents in the United States, whether it was Bush or Clinton, they all had different ideas, but there was something that I began to notice as I was at the inauguration and spoke for President Obama. There were a few things that I noticed that they had in common. I'm going to give you those few things and I'm going to get out of your way. I'm going to give you something that you're glad your teachers didn't give you. I'm going to give you 4 F's. When you walk out of this room and you walk into life, some of you will walk into fortune, jobs that are waiting on you, opportunities that are waiting for you, advancement that is waiting for you, crowds of people waiting to celebrate you, parties planned for you, have fun, don't party too hard. We'll see you in the morning. You'll walk out the door into all of that and you will find great fortune. But don't let fortune fool you. Because you can find fortune, but you can't hold it. Sooner or later, you're going to run into fury. Because anytime you have too much fortune, the pendulum will swing the other way and you will have much fury. If you can't take the fury, don't take the fortune. They are Siamese twins. They are glued together. They share breath together. And anytime you have great winds, you're going to have great losses. If you have high mountains, you're going to have low valleys. If you have haters, you're going to have celebrators. If you have eagles, you're going to have chickens. If you have critics, you're going to have people who are confident enough to celebrate you, but you got to understand that it's your job to balance yourself between those who are for you and those who are against you, and be nice to all of them, knowing that those who are for you can't take you higher and those who are against you can't bring you lower. It's going to be what you do inside of yourself. Am I talking to somebody? I say, am I talking to somebody? Am I talking to somebody who gets what I'm saying? Am I talking to somebody in this room who knows what it is to go through fury? I went to Oklahoma and I met with 4 ladies and a gentleman who had survived the terrible atrocities of what we now call Black Wall Street, then called Greenwood, and I got to meet them. I brought them gifts and they brought them in wheelchairs, and when they were assaulted, they said the bullets fell on the houses till it felt like rain. They told me that they had come into Greenwood to build banks, to build their own cities, to build their own hotels, to build their own reservoirs of possibilities, and they were experiencing fortune. But fortune swings both ways, and it doesn't warn you when you're going to face it, but if you have enough wins, you're going to have some losses. If you're going to have enough victories, you're going to have some attacks. And when the fury came, it felt like rain falling down on the building. And these people were, by the way, if I remember correctly, between 100 years old and 103 years old, and they still couldn't sleep in a bed. At 103 years old, they would either sleep in a chair or sleep with their lights on, because trouble may not last always, but trauma often does. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Some of you are graduating, but you're graduating through trauma. You're not graduating because things are easy. You're not graduating because people didn't shoot at you. You're not graduating because you had enough resources. You're not graduating because every class was a good class for you. You're not graduating because you didn't have obstacles in your family, deaths in your family, crises in your home, rushing to the hospital, working 2 jobs, and trouble was falling like rain. In spite of how much it fell on your life, you kept on pressing your way. That's why you can't sit there like other people who sit there and act like they didn't go through anything to get what they got. You've been through too much to get where you got and act like this is something that you expected to happen. Somebody can be ungrateful, but not you. You went through too much. You went through too much hell, too much high water, and like those that were surviving Greenwood, you have a story to tell. You have a mission to go on. You have a message to deliver. You have a world to change. Don't be satisfied to change your house when you can change your community. And don't be satisfied to change your community if you can change your city. And don't be satisfied to change your city if you can change your country. And don't be satisfied to save your country if you can save your world. I want to talk to some radical people. I want to talk to some people who dare to believe that they're going to change change the world, that they're going to walk out of here and do something so amazing that the world is going to be talking about them for years and years and years because they did something that was down inside of them that nobody else could do. They did not have the genome. They did not have the DNA. They did not have the mental capacity. They did not have the skill set. They did not have the personality. But you have been crafted and designed that you can do something that nobody else can do. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm talking to somebody that's in the room. And when you get through going through fury, it creates something inside of you that nobody can see. Makeup can't expose it. X-rays can't reveal it. It's called fortitude. Fortitude cannot be purchased at a store. It cannot be prescribed by a physician, but it only comes when you've been through fortune and fury and survived both of them. You're not afraid of either of them because you have the fortitude inside of yourself that you don't need a bunch of people to prop you up to keep on moving on because you've been lonely enough, you've been lost enough, you've been broke enough, you've been in trouble enough, you've been lonely enough that if nobody encourages you, you can encourage yourself. And if nobody takes you out to dinner, you can take yourself out to dinner. If nobody tells you you look nice, you can look in the mirror and blow yourself a kiss and say, oh my God, you look good. If nobody's happy because you got a new car, you can jump up and shout about your own new car, park it out there, take pictures of it, post it in the window, and celebrate yourself because you got fortitude. You got staying power. You don't have to prove to anybody anything, anytime, anywhere, for any reason, in any place, under any circumstances, because you got fortitude down on the inside. I came to tell you that what you have been looking for in other people is down inside of you. So if nobody encourages you, if nobody calls you, if nobody comes to see you, if nobody comes to recognize you, you've been through enough fury and enough fortune and enough crisis that you got fortitude, you got staying power. I came to talk to somebody that they said wouldn't be here today. It took you twice as long, but you made it. You had to work real hard, but you made it. You had to do it after work, but you made it. You had to do it through a scholarship, but you made it. You don't know how you're going to pay for it, but you made it. You got fortitude. You made out of tough stuff. You're a tree planted by the rivers of water. If I'm talking to you, make some noise. You got the kind of fortitude that doesn't require encouragement, doesn't require flowers being sent to you, doesn't require people supporting you, doesn't require people saying amen. We enjoy all of that, but we don't have to have it. We've learned how to encourage ourselves. We've learned how to clap our own hands. We've learned how to celebrate ourselves. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? You got your own fortitude. Look at somebody and say, I got my own fortitude. I don't have to walk the street at night trying to find somebody to believe in me because I believe in me. I don't have to drive a big car to make somebody impressed. I'm already impressed. I don't have to walk around and try to impress you with how deliberate, articulate, intellectual I might be because I already understand what lies inside of me. I have fortitude. I've got staying power. I've got fighting power. I've got living power. I've got working power. I've got drive. I got the kind of drive that'll stay up and do work at 2 o'clock in the morning. I got the kind of drive that'll do homework and still make it to work on time. I got the kind of drive that gets down inside of your belly and says you can start learning again and you can still do it again and you can still make it again. Don't fool with me because I'll mess up in preaching here. I got the kind of fortitude that if nobody encourages me, I'll encourage myself, and nobody helps me, I'll help myself. I got the kind of fortitude to look in the mirror and remind myself you came from tough stuff. Your mama was tough. Your grandmama was tough. Your great-grandmama was tough. Your great-great-grandmama was tough. You made it through hell and high water. You made it through raining bullets. You made it through storms. You made it through quicksand. You made it being used as alligator bait. You made it hanging from trees and neutered. You made it being beaten half to death. You made it having babies in tents and huts. You made it in spite spite of people hating and killing. You made it in spite of murder and injustice. You made it in spite of being dragged in a car. You made it in spite of being left for dead. You made it in spite of not having enough food. You made it when you couldn't vote. You made it when they wouldn't let you vote. You made it when all hell was breaking loose in your life. So what would make you think that you would get right here and not be able to make it now? I feel something about to creep up my spine, so I better take my seat before I mess up. But I feel something burning on the inside because you've had fortune, because you've had fury. Now you got fortitude. Let me give you one more thing you got fight. You got fight. You got fight on the inside. I don't necessarily mean boxing with your hands. I mean the kind of fight that speaks to every voice inside of you that says you're not good enough, you're not tall enough, you're not bright enough, you're not black enough, you're not smart enough. That devil is a lie. You got the kind of fight down inside of you to walk into a cold office where everybody's looking at you funny, but you know who you are and you know what you can do, and you know you can make a deal. You got enough fight down inside of you that if nobody else supports you, you can support yourself. I want to give you an F today. You got a fight down inside of you, and it don't stop with a degree. It doesn't stop because you graduated. It doesn't stop with a master's, and it doesn't stop with the doctors. It starts in your belly. It gets in your head. It gets in your mind. It gets in your spirit. I better stop now because I feel something about to break loose in this place. Somebody in this room has got some fight in them. You fought your way through school. You fought your way through classes. You fought your way through examinations. You fought your way through hell and high water. You fought your way through tornadoes of pain and turmoil and strife. You fought your way when the bullets were falling on your roof. You fought your way when you had to drive through a bad neighborhood, but you still made it. You fought your way when your kids were sick. You fought your way through COVID. You fought your way through crisis. You fought your way through sickness. You fought your way through death. You took some pills and kept on going. You stood up and kept on singing. You fought your way through everything you've been through. And I just want to tell you, don't stop fighting. When this is over, keep on fighting. Fight until you build your business. Fight until you build your company. Fight until you get up on your feet. Fight until you buy your hardware store. Fight until you open up your beauty shop. Fight until you become the accountant you were meant to be. Fight until you find a cure for cancer. Fight until you find a way to start a business in 3 cities. Fight until you franchise yourself. Fight until you get up on your feet. Fight until they're shocked to see you walk in the room as a woman and you walk in there and say, yes, it was me doing it all the time. Fight to those who don't think you can make it. Oh my God, I better quit. Fight until all hell breaks loose. Fight until demons start to tremble. Fight until you encourage yourself. Fight until weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Fight! Fight when they help you, and fight when they don't help you, and fight when you don't have no money, and fight when you don't have no friends, and fight when they're betting against you, and fight when you're worried yourself, can you make it? But keep on fighting. And if you keep on fighting, if you fight the good fight of faith, if you fight in the middle of the storm, if you fight in the middle of the hurricane, everything God promised you will come to pass. If I had some fighters in this room, the place would explode. It was fight that brought you here. It was fight that brought you through. It was fight that birthed you out the womb. It was fight that brought you to where you are now. And that same fight is going to take you wherever you're about to go. I don't know whether you're going to the courthouse or the White House, but keep on fighting. I don't know whether you're going to build a house, buy a house, or sell a house, but keep on fighting. I don't know whether you're going to get your doctorate or whether you're going to take your master's and work it like it is a doctorate, but keep on fighting. I don't know whether you had to get a GED. I don't care if you had to work at Burger King king, keep on fighting, because something is about to happen to you, and you know it in your spirit, and you know it in your soul. I'm out of time and I gotta quit, but I feel a fighting spirit in this place. You came too far not to fight. You came too far not to win. You came too far not to get up. You didn't come this far not to throw your rock. You didn't come this far not to overcome. And if the devil thinks you're going to lay down and die, I came to make a public service announcement. You're messing with the wrong man now. Ain't no death down inside. I'm going to take my seat. Before I take my seat, slap somebody and say, keep on fighting. Keep on fighting. Keep on fighting. Fight every negative voice that tells you you can't do it. Fight every voice that says you're not enough. Fight every voice that says you're too late. Fight every voice that says you're too old. Fight every voice that says you can't get it done. Some of the blessings you're getting ready to break loose is not even about you. It's for your children and your children and your children's children and your children's children's children, even to the fourth generation. I feel curses breaking, yokes breaking. You're the first one to break through for your family. Keep on fighting, we're counting on you. Keep on fighting, we're looking for you. Keep on fighting, we're praying for you. Keep on fighting, we're expecting you. Keep on fighting, we're believing in you. Keep on fighting, we're trusting in you. Keep on fighting, we've got an understanding in you. Keep on fighting because we see victory in your eye. Keep on fighting till you own where you used to work. Keep on fighting till you own the building. Keep on fighting till you own your own EFTs. Keep on fighting till you have your own structure. Keep on fighting till you have your own company. Keep on fighting till you end up having people work for you that you used to work for. Keep on fighting until you shock your children. Keep on fighting till your daughter is shocked. Keep on fighting till your son is shocked. Keep on fighting till demons tremble. Keep on fighting until hell gets nervous. Keep on fighting, and every time you fight, you're going to get a breakthrough. So David said this, and I'll sit down. David said, I've been fighting all my life. I had to fight the lion. I had to figure out a way to kill the lion and not kill the lamb. But I got it done. And then a bear came out of the woods, and the bear tried to kill the lamb. And I fought for the lamb till the lamb got a breakthrough. And then I ran into Goliath, and Goliath was making fun of my people. And I decided if I fought the lion and I fought the bear, then I can fight the giant too. Oh, y'all don't hear this resume I'm building up. Fight, fight, fight. And every time he was fighting for somebody else. It wasn't for himself, it was for the lamb. It wasn't for himself, it was for the sheep. It wasn't for himself, it was for the nation of Israel. It wasn't for himself. Fight till somebody else gets free. Fight till somebody else gets delivered. Fight till a yoke breaks. Fight till a door opens. Fight till a mountain moves. Fight till a yoke is broken. Fight till a fever stops. Fight till a change is made. Fight, somebody fight. I came to tell you, fight, fight, fight. Slap 3 people and say, fight, fight, fight. I got to fighting and I forgot. There's one more F, finances. On behalf of the T.D. Jakes Foundation, it affords us a great pleasure and a great honor to join those that are supporting this school And we also are going to present this promissory note of $100,000.
Somebody say fight. Somebody say fight. Morris Brown College has been fighting a long time.